Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tattoo Talk. This is going to be our first episode and our first edition of Tattoo Talk. Today, we'll have with us Sam Louise Harper. She owns Naked Cakes. I think that's what she's calling it, Naked Cakes.
It's just Sam Louise Harper.
Sam Louise Harper is the name.
Yes.
And she's out of Dothan. Makes some amazing confectionaries. She keeps bringing some up here, spoiling the whole crew. Everybody's just like, is she here? Is she here?
Yeah.
But we have her with us today, and we have her husband with us as well. And as you can see down here, we have Lindsay. We need a different seat so we can lift her up and whatnot. But for now, let me take that off of her face so you can see her. Yeah, she's a little bit out of focus, but hey. But anyways, we're going to get to Tattoo Talk, and we're going to talk to Sam Louise Harper and her, I forgot your name. Kyle, and her husband Kyle. We posted earlier in the week, I believe it was about 5 or 6 days ago, where she posted something, she was advertising a giveaway on her on her Instagram. And we shared her post and on her picture, and the picture was awesome, and it showed off the tattoos that we had. I don't know if you can see in the camera view, but see those tattoos on her? Almost 2 full sleeves. 1 full sleeve was completed not too long ago, and we started on the other arm. Her right arm, in the camera's view, it looks like her left arm. We started a portrayal of her and her husband. The female's kind of her, and the male's kind of her husband. And they got a zombie, deep South Louisiana kind of, I don't know what you call it, a boogeyman vibe. Voodoo.
Yeah, voodoo.
That little bottle of booze that the female character's holding, put her logo in it, her baking logo. Just kind of squeezed that in at the last minute, but I thought it was cool. Kyle, what'd you think about all these tattoos when she started coming home with all of it?
Didn't really have much of a say. She's like, hey, I'm going to get some tattoos. It's like, okay.
When are we going to see you in here?
I don't know. I haven't slowed down even long enough to think about even doing anything.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a process control engineer. I work at a paper mill, actually in Cedar Springs, Georgia.
You must take a good shower, because I don't smell no paper mill.
Honestly, when first time I rolled up in there, so I interned before they offered me a job, I was expecting a terrible smell, because growing up here, you got Panama City's paper mill, and you'd smell it. Started getting rain. I drove up in there, I'm like, oh, this ain't that bad, actually. And it's because some of the environmental laws that pass, all those nasty gases,
Yeah.
they gotta capture them and incinerate them, so it smells not as bad.
I used to live in Valdosta, Georgia, if you know where that is. There's a little town south of there called Clyateville. We used to call it Stinkville. If you drove through there, you knew the paper mill was nearby. It was an awful smell. It smelled like, I don't know, sulfur, rotten eggs. It was.
Those gases have sulfur in it.
Yeah.
That is exactly what you're smelling.
Yeah, that was the worst smell ever. Sam Louise Harper and husband's been coming with her about half of the appointments every time they drive down. But we thought we'd just do this first podcast interview with them. You got any questions for them, Lindsay?
No.
Do you remember the first time Sam came, or?
I've been here for a little over 2 years, and I've seen her for that whole time.
Yeah, that was about the time she showed up. I think was about when you started.
I'm like, yeah, I've seen her. I was already here, so about 2 years, a little over 2 years. October, I'll be 3.
And next time we do this podcasting and stuff like that, I'll have a program sheet so I know what to talk about. But we're kind of talking on the fly. I don't know what I'm doing. I am a big amateur about this, and my camera froze.
Oh,
It did, didn't it? All right. So I'm gonna go fix the camera freeze because since this is a recording, I can edit that out. Oh, I did have a little roll going there. Oh. This thing does a freeze at 30 minutes, and I don't know why. I just unplug it, plug it back in, and it's done.
Yep, it's back.
Yeah, it's a DSLR thing, and I turned off the timer on it, but I just don't know how to stop it from doing that. The timer was set for 30 minutes. That's when at 30 minutes it's supposed to do it, but it does it anyways, whether that's off or not. That makes no sense to me. Well, we're gonna do a little bit more with the vlog podcast. What are you gonna call it? Every time I say vlog, I feel like a vampire, like blah blah about your neck. But how's COVID-19 affecting you guys?
Well, as far as my baking business, it's hit or miss. It really depends. I know I was expecting more of a complete screeching halt when it came, what was it, March, when everything got shut down. But surprisingly enough, I had continuous orders coming in. A lot of it was I switched gears and decided to do pot pies, more food geared items that people could just take home and bake. So that helped out a lot.
How come you bringing us pot pies?
I haven't made them since then.
I want to try a pot pie.
Just shot myself in the foot there.
Yes.
I'd say out of all the stuff she's brought, my favorite, the confetti. The confetti. What do you call those? The cookie looking.
Macaroons.
The macaroons. The confetti macaroons. That's my favorite. I wasn't too big of a fan of the popcorn. It tasted good, but it played with my mind.
Yeah, I know you didn't like that one. You could tell.
It was too much in a mind game.
Really?
Like I could feel some pieces of popcorn and I could taste the popcorn, but everything was sweet and sugary, and like my brain didn't know what to do.
Okay, yeah.
It was a weird play on the emotions.
Yeah, I did a cake like that too, and people loved the cake version of it.
I think I like the flavor, but I think when the texture of the pieces of popcorn kicked in there, it put my mind in overdrive.
Like what's going on? Yeah.
It's kind of like there was those the secret lollipops, and you had the secret ones, and
the
sometimes it was
mystery.
popcorn.
Oh yeah, you didn't know what it was.
Yeah, yeah, that did that same thing to me. It was a mystery flavor.
Yeah.
But hey everybody, I appreciate you joining us for this little short vlog podcast. This is our first episode. This one's it is pre-recorded and edited, and hopefully in the future we're going to broadcast a lot more of them, a lot more live, a lot more to the tune of exact amount of minutes, probably 30 minutes long each one. And hopefully we can do it 2, 3, 4 times a week at a regular time, 7:30 every night. If we do interviews earlier in the day, then those will probably be pre-recorded, but we'll have some live ones around 7:30. Thank you, Sam, Louise Harper, and Kyle for joining us with this episode. And I lost that camera now. That is weird as fuck.
Nope. Oh, there you go.
Oh, that was weird. What was that?
I don't know. That was weird.
Huh.
It's
Good
bad.
thing I'm pre-recording this stuff so I can edit it out. Thank you guys for joining me. It has been fun. This was the first one, so it's going to have some bloopers. Bye, everybody.